Welcome to the Books Club. Challenges only make us strong if we face them with full confidence. The Road Less Traveled by Peck. If someone asked you what kind of life you want, what would be your answer? Obviously, most people want an easy life. But do we all get such a life? We all know that life is full of struggles and challenges. As much as you try not to face any problem, but still sometimes you face them. In such a situation, it will not be wrong to say that you cannot live a life where there is never any problem. These are the problems that make us strong. When you are going through a problem, you find those days very burdensome. But as the troubles begin to end and you look back, you feel stronger than before and your understanding also increases more than before. But there are many problems in life that are difficult to get rid of. Being stuck in a problem for a long time, we start feeling that we will hardly ever be able to get out of here. If you've ever had a similar experience in your life, the book The Road Less Traveled by author Peck will help you. This audiobook has answers to many such questions related to the troubles of life, knowing about which you can make your life easier to some extent. Balance is very important in life. Do you run away from pain or trouble, or do you believe in moving forward by ignoring your pain? If your answer is yes, then believe me, this habit can be heavy on you. You can understand this with an example. Imagine you often have pain in your head, but you ignore this pain and keep on doing your work, and gradually you get used to living with this pain. You do not take any medicine, even if you have a headache, and do not get your checkup done from the doctor. What will happen by doing so? By ignoring the pain, your headache increases twofold and one day you fall with a very strong headache. Finally, when you do a headache checkup, you know that you are suffering from a serious disease. This will not solve your problem, but will make it worse. Imagine if you do not get a checkup done, you do not get to know about the disease on time, due to which your pain does not end, but only increases. You could be in an even worse situation. In what ways can you overcome any difficulty or sorrow in life? The author has mentioned 4 tools for this. The first tool is delayed gratification. Delayed gratification. There is a life skill that can put you in trouble for a short time, but by developing this skill, you can avoid big troubles. Like if you are in a relationship with a toxic partner, then every day will be full of trouble for you. But you will not be able to muster the courage to break up even if you want to, because it will hurt you. But imagine if you always like to be in tension due to the fear of breakup. So it will be good if a person is not better for you, then you show a little courage and move on. By doing this, you will suffer for some time, but then your life will gradually become positive. The second tool is acceptance of responsibility. You have seen 2 types of people in your life. One is those who keep blaming themselves for every mistake, and the other is those who never admit their mistake. Both types of people have psychological problems associated with them. If you want to solve your problems, first start thinking logically about where and how much is your fault. This will help you deal with the problem in the right way. You will often have arguments with your partner. You can't stop the war. After a fight, you always realize your mistake, but you still don't accept your mistake. This will spoil your relationship. In such a situation, first of all, you should see your mistake. If you are very angry, first of all, try to control your anger. After this, try not to say anything to your partner in anger. If you are upset about something, then say your words with a cool mind, or if you are not able to say anything in anger, then you can write your words and give it to your partner. First of all, try to understand that your partner is triggered by your anger, so make your own mistakes first. The third tool is dedication to reality. Some people always live in their imagination. He weaves a story in his mind to run away from the truth throughout his life. But by not accepting the truth consistently, you cannot be happy for a long time. Like there are many people around you who have a very strong financial background. Because of this, their lifestyle is also very luxurious. They wear branded clothes, eat in expensive restaurants, and are always on the move. Seeing those people, you also enter the race of competition. You are always running after them to be a part of their group. But believe me, your habit of running away from the truth can put you in trouble. Slowly, you forget what you really are. You become so far away from the truth that there are 2 types of personality inside you are born. You always find yourself under stress. In such a situation, it will be good for you to accept the truth to avoid problems. Having more money than you in someone's pocket does not define your ability, so don't link everything to money. The fourth tool is balancing. It's important to have a balance in life. This will solve most of your problems before they escalate. Everyone should have a balance between their professional and personal life. Imagine that a person is always at work. Gradually, he becomes so accustomed to work that he does not get time to get up from the chair. By doing this, the stress level of that person not only increases, but he also keeps getting away from his people. Her life partner starts distancing from her, and her family and friends also start forgetting her. Similarly, if people who put personal life above everything else ignore professional life, then they will not be able to achieve anything in career. Only by setting a priority can a person reach his destination step by step. It also boosts his confidence. First of all, you need to know what you want in life. Until you know this, you will always live in a dilemma. After finding this out, you also have to ask yourself this question, that why do you want anything in life? After asking these two initial questions, whatever answers you get, then you have to move forward. Now obviously, to achieve your goal or to achieve anything in life, you cannot follow the same plan because time does not remain the same. It is very important to keep changing your plans according to the changing times. This will help you maintain a balance in your life. Imagine you want to be an engineer. For this, you start working from the very beginning. You make a timetable and do your tasks accordingly. But you can't always run on the same timetable. You have to make some changes keeping in mind the new challenges. Like if you are unwell, then you must also take rest, otherwise it can worsen your health and your life will be imbalanced to a great extent due to poor health. So, it's important to adapt to new challenges. No matter how strong your strategy is, if you don't choose priority, you will always have failure on your hands. For example, if a student studying in the 10th class is preparing for the board exam, but if he ignores the pre-board, it will harm him. First, he has to prepare for the pre-board exam so that he knows what is lacking in his strategy and what questions he has not been able to answer well in the pre-board. After receiving this pen, the ability to bear the pen inside every person increases. To move forward in life, it is very important that you start accepting the truth. Many people have the habit of running after some person or remembering an accident for a long time. They can never be happy. Just like a person loses his job, even after being very good at his work, the company does not analyze his work properly and fires him. This truth of life is very painful, but it is very important to accept this truth and move forward. Only then can we move forward in life. But if a person who has lost his job can rise above this truth or cannot accept it, then he will always be troubled by thinking about it again and again. It will always come to his mind that something wrong happened to him, and it happens everywhere. If you think about it, it doesn't make any sense anymore. Accepting the reality of losing a job and looking for another job is the only option to make life better. Not by denying the truth. Living in the past is always the right choice. So the way to make life better is to accept the truth of life first. There's another example of accepting the truth of life: to lose someone or to leave one's world. Many people cannot accept the reality of death for many years. They always remember their loved ones, and they spoil their present and future by getting lost in these memories. We all have to accept the fact that one day we all have to leave this world. When we become accustomed to suffering, we learn to cope with the greatest difficulties. Who wants to suffer in life? There is hardly any person who needs pain in life. But if we tell you that some sorrows are necessary in life, then perhaps you will find this thing a little strange. But it's also important to move forward. Imagine that a child gets used to stealing. As he grows up, his habit of stealing also increases. Earlier, he used to steal his friend's toffee chocolates, but as he grows up, he starts stealing valuables and even money. Gradually, his habit of stealing becomes his secret profession. One day his family comes to know about his habit and his wife and children leave him. He is left alone with his family. His future looks bleak. All his happiness is gone when his family is gone. He slowly begins to die from the inside. He's starting to get sick. He feels guilty about his habit of stealing and decides to earn and eat instead of stealing. The loss of separation from his family shows him the right path, from which he learns to work hard. The grief of losing a family teaches the person to decide right and wrong. Similarly, think that a person works very hard, but his hands always seem to be a failure. Seeing his failure, his friends and relatives distance him. It hurts him to see people change, but this sadness doesn't break him from inside, but inspires him to move forward. He channelizes the energy from his grief and anger in the right direction, and one day succeeds. In this way, many sorrows in life are also good, because it is the sorrows that make us realize how full of limitless possibilities we really are. It is also important to understand love before falling in love. What is love? There can be many answers to this question. The definition of love can be different for everyone. To love someone is to be loved. To care for someone is to be loved. Understanding love becomes even easier when we don't define love but feel it. Talking about today's time, most people think that if they have started liking someone, then maybe they have fallen in love. This is the biggest misunderstanding because like and love can also be two different things. You can like many people at the same time, but it is not necessary that you have to love those people. Like sometimes it happens that we like the way our classmates talk in college. Whenever he speaks, I just want to listen to him. But it doesn't mean I don't love you. You have liked one quality of that classmate, but have not fallen in love with it. Love is when a person is perfect in your eyes, even if he does not have many qualities. But when you are with him, you also consider yourself perfect. Do you think there is no happier person in the world than you? That's what true love is. Love is not a word but an emotion that is not easy to define. But in today's time, love is losing its identity. Most people like a person and they consider their choice as love. In this misunderstanding, they also decide to get married. After getting married, their preferences start changing gradually and they move away from their partner. After this, he says that now there is no love between them, but if you pay attention, you will understand that there was never any love relationship between them. But their relationship was of choice. To deal with this situation, it is very important that you always make your partner feel special to keep the feeling of love alive. That's how you keep your love alive. At the same time, if you do not like anything about your partner, then you can talk to them comfortably. This will not give a chance to misunderstandings, the biggest enemy of love. In this way, through this audiobook, we can clearly understand that even though our life is full of many challenges and many questions, we can balance life well by keeping ourselves confident. From this audiobook, we can get answers to every question that we need to face all the challenges of life, to overcome our pain, and to keep ourselves strong in the difficult situations of our life. In this way, the book The Road Less Travel not only solves our confusion, but also changes our view of life. Life is full of questions and challenges. Sometimes it happens that even very successful people are not able to take decisions at many stages of life, due to which they always live in dilemma and stress. If you are also looking for answers to many questions related to life, then the book The Road Less Travel will answer every question connecting you with spirituality and psychology. Especially if you are not able to share your problems with anyone even if you want, this book will serve to guide you like a friend.